people across the UK, well, across the world, are scrambling to make last-minute preparations before Christmas. Today it's the 24th of December 2023, and we're doing something a little different in Bradford on Christmas Eve.
Just let me know when you're ready.
You're going to interview me?
I'm going to interview you. Here with Father Christmas, who's come out on a very cold day. We're on the 24th of December here in Bradford. We're on infirmary fields in front of a large crowd. Now tell us, why are protests like this at this time of year important?
Christmas started in Palestine. Jesus was a Palestinian. Bethlehem today is a prison camp. It's a bomb site. Gaza is a bomb site. Jesus was a man of peace. He never carried a sword, he never rode a horse. He was a man of peace, and yet 2,000 years later, his birthplace is a graveyard for thousands and thousands of children. And the British government supports it.
Are you okay? Assalamualaikum.
Can you put your megaphone on?
Yeah.
Go on, Hina.
1, 2, 3.
Free! Palestine!
Okay, guys.
Well done, mashallah, mashallah.
Is it okay if we do a quick interview with you
Yeah,
guys?
of course.
What's your lot's name? What's your name first of all?
My name's Naira.
Naira. And how old are you, Naira?
I'm 8.
How old are you?
6.
You're 6, and what's your name?
Hira.
Hira. That's a beautiful name. What's your name?
Safa.
Safa. And how old are you?
8.
8. And what's your name?
Amara.
Hamara. And how old are you, Hamara?
6.
So in your own words, tell us, what do you think we're here for?
We need the war to end.
Okay, yeah.
Because, it's not good what Israel are doing to Palestine.
Right, yeah. On social media, on the news, on internet, what do you feel when you see pictures?
Upset.
You feel
I
upset?
feel like I'm sad. We want to cry.
You want to cry, yeah?
It's not good what they're doing.
It's not, is it? And what do you think then? What do you think about when you see all these pictures and the images coming out of Palestine? Well, how does that make you feel?
Really upset.
Makes you feel upset?
Makes me want to cry.
Yeah. And what would your message be to like young people in Palestine who are your age, 6, 7, 8 years old? What would you say to them?
If you see any of the Israeli people that are coming to bomb you, just go in a safe place and
Go in a
stuff.
safe place.
But they
Seek
don't
shelter.
have any safe place
They don't,
to
do
go.
they? And when they go to the safe place, they bomb those safe places as well. Okay.
Did you say yesterday about everybody being together and being happy
Because
together?
everybody can be kind, but some people just don't like showing it.
That's showing
And
it.
I don't think Israel does like showing it.
Yeah. What does it mean to be part of this and part of this movement right now on Christmas Eve, one of the most important times of the year for so many families up and down the UK? How does it feel to be part of this right now?
I think one reason why it's so important is not to let the kind of fire burn down because obviously at the beginning we saw huge outpourings of grief and stuff for what was going on, but there's kind of a worry that that's going to die out and people are almost going to lose interest.
And I think for me it was really kind of going into this Christmas period and knowing that we'll be with our families and our friends and eating and drinking and opening presents and having all of those things that we know we've got the right to enjoy, but also it felt really important to me to just take some time out of that. Palestine, whether they're in Gaza, the West Bank or anywhere else in the world, they see these protests, and I just think it's really important that we show them that in and amongst all of our own celebrations that we haven't forgotten them, and I just felt for me it was just something to ground me that I really needed before going into a couple of days of just being with friends and being happy and
lots of food.
and just recognising what they haven't got.
So around this time of year, we see a lot of world leaders giving messages of solidarity, talking about humanity and peace and recognising the plight that other people are going through. So when it comes to world leaders, do you think they've done enough in this particular situation? Do you think people in the US, people in the UK have done enough, even France, parts of Europe? What would you say to them if you could give them a message?
Places like France, which are calling for a ceasefire, it's a little too late, really. If the ceasefire had been called straight away as soon as people called for it, think about how many lives would have been saved.
But I think even the calls for a ceasefire, and obviously we've seen that nearly all the countries voted for it at the UN, apart from the US and the UK abstained. But that's only the first, the tiniest step, and people need to be calling out the illegal occupation, and that's where we need to be. And until until that is addressed really honestly and robustly with Israel, like they've broken so many declarations and treaties, and like they should not be occupying the West Bank in the way that they are, and that has got to be where we're headed, like calling that out and putting a stop to that. Like a ceasefire is only scratching the surface. Yeah, they can stop bombing, but when are they going to actually put the things in place that will stop the uprising in Palestine? Because of course they're going to carry on rising up while they're being illegally occupied, and that's got to be, no one's talking about that. It's like we just can't let them go on having carte blanche really to do what they want.
I think they're just about ready to march now. Yeah.
Off the footpath and in the middle of the road.
People behind us who are all protesting for the same thing: a ceasefire, an immediate ceasefire, one of the holiest sites for both Christians, Arabs, Muslims and Jews. Right now, the majority of the Bradford population is all fighting for the same thing.
When I think about the relationship between activism and Bradford, it's always amazing to see people of all ages, young people, old people, people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, coming together for a common cause. And it's always so beautiful to see a community made up of so many different types of people coming together under the umbrella of activism on one of the most important days in the world.